Hi everyone, Aaron here for Zollotech, and today Apple released iOS 12.1.2 to developers. This should probably be out soon to public beta testers, either later today or tomorrow, usually within the first couple of days. It came in at 2.77 gigabytes if you were not currently on a beta. If you're on the public release, it's usually a pretty large install like this. So let's take a look at the build number. Now this build number is 16D5024A, and usually when it ends in an A, it means we're close to the final. So I'm not sure that we actually are, but it's something to note. Now I did take a look at the actual storage before I installed this just to see what it would be like. 43.5 gigabytes was used. And then if we move over to system, 18.34 gigabytes. So that's what it used prior to installing the update. Let's take a look at how much it's actually using. So we'll go to iPhone storage here. Now we're right about the same as far as overall usage. And if we scroll down to system, let's take a look here. System is using right about the same amount of storage space. So that's good. We didn't really gain or lose anything. Sometimes that goes way up and it can vary from time to time. Now, Apple says that this update brings bug fixes and improvements, nothing specific. So there isn't anything going on that we know specifically. However, we do suspect there might be some code in there for the rumored battery case. And if that comes out for the 10R or 10S and 10S Max, I'll see if I can get my hands on one, and that will extend your battery life. And that's rumored to be coming out pretty soon. Also, AirPower should be coming out hopefully within, I would say, a couple months. We don't know for sure, but there seems to be more hints and patents going on as far as that's related to and coming out and everything like that. So hopefully we see that soon. Now, as far as speed in this particular beta, everything still seems to be smooth and fast. I haven't really had any hiccups, and so far I haven't had settings freeze. It did in the previous version, and it's not 100% smooth all the time, but I haven't had it freeze up, and that's the key thing here. Sometimes when I'd use it, it would actually freeze up while I was using it, and it would just kind of hiccup, and then I'd have to close the app and hope it resumed properly, and now it's working okay. Now, as far as battery life is concerned, battery has been pretty good in the previous version, iOS 12.1.1, and currently, it's hard to say because with a new beta and a new version, it's going to take a few days to know exactly what that battery is like. So if we take a look here, this was the previous one. I was getting 4 to 6 hours of screen on time, and here you'll see I had almost 3 hours of screen off time as well. So I was traveling and kind of going all over the place, and that was pretty good battery life throughout the day. Now, like I said, I'll do a follow-up to talk about what it's like in a few days. Now, a couple things to note. I did want to let you know about something that I'm not sure you're familiar with, is if you have an iPad and you use handwriting, you go into Notes. Within the Notes app, if you hit this little plus here, and maybe you want to sketch or whatever, we can do that. And then if we hit done, and then we want to share here, now we have the option for handwriting feedback. And that was there before, but keep in mind, if you're having problems with this and you're an artist, be sure to do handwriting feedback, as it helps them improve handwriting recognition and things like that. So that's kind of nice that that's included. It's the first time I've actually noticed that, but it has been in previous betas. Now, as far as speed of all these different devices, I did run a Geekbench on all of them. I'll show you that in a moment. And let's see if this opens Minecraft kind of quickly. That's something I've been using as a benchmark in games because it was super slow with iOS 12.1.1 early betas. So this is the 5S, and you'll see it's still loading. And since this is the slowest device, if it's okay on here, it should be okay on all of these devices. And we'll take a look at Geekbench on every single one of these devices just so you can get sort of a benchmark for what yours is like. So we'll go ahead and hit play, create new world, create. We'll wait for it to load here. Now this is taking a while to load with the creating a new world, and nothing else is running in the background, but it seems to be okay. Hopefully it's playable and fast as far as that part goes, but normally with this game it seems to be most of the time okay as far as load speeds go, but it was super slow with some of the earlier betas last time around. So you'll see, there we go, we're in. Things are smooth right now. and it should be fine. So if it plays this, things like Fortnite and other games should be okay as far as loading. Now, whether or not they crash is hard to say over time until we've actually tried them for a few days. Now let's take a look at Geekbench on all of these. So we'll start with Geekbench on the iPhone XS Max, and you'll see I have 4,811 for single core and 11,130 for multi-core. That's pretty good based on previous tests, and the history is kind of screwy right now with this particular update. You'll see there's nothing here for December, even though I ran them for December. So it's pretty good. It's faster than most of these benchmarks that I've run on past betas and past versions. But if we take a look at all of these devices, I think they're doing pretty well overall. So what we have here is a 10.5-inch iPad Pro, iPhone 5S, 6S Plus, iPhone 10, iPhone 8 Plus, iPhone XR, and XS Max. So hopefully that gives you an idea what your benchmarks will be like compared to mine. This is just a general idea of whether or not it's fast or slow. If it was really low, then I would expect it to be slow, but these numbers seem to be pretty good. So let's go ahead and close all of those out, and that is pretty much it for this version of iOS. Not a whole lot going on, and that's it. But I'll leave a link to the wallpaper in the description below, as I always do. If you have any other questions or comments, I'd love to hear what you have to say. Please leave them in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe and like. As always, thanks for watching. This is Aaron. I'll see you next time.